Live from 24 Hour News 8.
Good morning, I'm Brett Thomas.
I'm Emily Leonard. We're following significant new developments in the baby Kate case that you will only see here, right here on 24 Hour News 8.
We may finally know what happened more than a year ago to that 4-month-old girl. A letter allegedly written by her father, Sean Phillips, and obtained only by Target 8 explains how the little girl died. And 24 Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks broke this story last night on 24 Hour News 8 at 11. And because of the sensitive nature of this story and the fact that there is so much to talk about, he's working a short turnaround to join us here on Daybreak today.
And that's not the only big story on this Wednesday morning. This massive fire on the southeast side of Grand Rapids lit up the night sky. We're working to learn what caused it.
And a live look at Kalamazoo. Don't get too familiar with this warm weather because things are about to change. Storm Team 8 meteorologist Terry DeBoer standing by with your forecast now. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning. Yes, indeed. And here in the tracking center, we do have a banner headline as well. We've made some huge modifications to the weekend forecast. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. The short term, though, today out at the bus stop, a summer rerun for the kids. I think it's going to be a shorts and short sleeve shirts kind of day. Temps a little cool, 50s to low 60s out there this morning. So again, with quiet, calm conditions out there this morning, we will be looking at the need for maybe a light jacket or sweatshirt. You can see on Storm Track Live radar, the rain several hundred miles out to our west, so we will be dry here today, dry tonight, and dry through the early part of the day tomorrow. Those rain showers off to our west are being generated by a cool front, which will work to turn our temperatures back into what is typical for this time of the year. So today, enjoy the warmth with highs in the mid-80s. We'll look at that weekend forecast and beyond in the 8-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
Breaking now, we're just learning that the U.S. ambassador to Libya has been killed in an attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi. Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other embassy staff members were killed when gunmen fired rockets at the consulate in Libya. A mob was protesting a film they say offends Islam when they attacked. This attack follows another one yesterday on the American embassy in Cairo, where no one was hurt. We'll continue following this story throughout the morning.
New developments in the baby Kate case. A letter many believe was written by Sean Phillips was postmarked just weeks ago as he sat in prison convicted of unlawfully imprisoning Kate. It explains how the baby may have died and what Sean told Ariel, the baby's mother, he did with the body. Kate disappeared last June. That same day, Phillips was arrested. He was later found guilty this summer of unlawful imprisonment and named as a suspect in the baby's murder. Well, 24 Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is the only reporter who has a copy of the letter and joins us now live in studio this morning to talk about it. You broke this story last night at 11 o'clock. A bombshell of a story, really, Leon. It must have been a shock to see that this letter had been written and was physically in your possession.
Oh, absolutely. It was something we totally didn't expect. We got the letter from a source, not something that we even knew existed. And, you know, in conversations I had with Ariel, apparently not something that she realized was seen by anyone but her. But we've been able to confirm through police that they know about this letter. That's really all they want to say about it. I want to show you the letter. It is a 4.5-page letter written in small script, edge to edge, and for the most of the letter, it's an explanation of what happened the day baby Kate went missing. As the letter says it, Sean has been dying to tell Ariel, but just never could. The letter says he never thought baby Kate was in the back of that car when he pulled off the day in June. He says he got frustrated because Ariel Cortland, the baby's mother, had left the car seat in the car. He thought she was trying to manipulate him, force him to have to come back and get that. He planned to throw that car seat out. He says he pulled it out of the car forcefully, according to that letter, and that caused Kate to be thrown from that car seat. In the letter, it says he was just going to throw it out onto that area between Burger King. I pulled it, but it was jammed between the seats. That just made it worse. I grabbed it at the top and ripped it out as hard as I could. She was thrown from it. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Held her for a long time. Seemed like forever. Maybe an hour, maybe a minute. I've never cried that hard. Seemed like my throat was closing, he goes on to say. I was in shock. Now that's when the letter raises even more questions than answers. The note says he started driving, doesn't know where, and ended up at what he called a peaceful place where he simply left the baby. For the first time, I could think some. Thought about Kate, her smile, the way she looks around, everything. I cried until I somehow couldn't anymore. She was set in a peaceful place. I was walking and lost. For the first time, I realized I had left her I wanted to die. The letter goes on to give us a glimpse at some possible reasoning behind the other big development in this case, the fact that Cortland has filed paperwork to marry Sean Phillips. She says that was so she could start to visit Phillips in prison, but we found this in the letter, of course, sent just a few months before she filed the paperwork to get married. Things spouses tell each other in confidence can't be made to testify, the letter says, but we aren't married yet in the eye of the government. So we don't know if that had really anything to do with it all, but it's certainly raising a lot of questions about what's happening behind this marriage. Ariel says she wants answers about the case, but this implies that there might be some deeper thinking behind that marriage. A lot of red flags for prosecutors to be looking at there, but the question, I guess, is there are 5 pages here in this letter. It's long, but does it really say where baby Kate is? That's the thing. There's no geographical references. It leaves a lot of holes. It really doesn't indicate at what point baby Kate is believed to have died, and it doesn't really give us any geography as to where this was. He says he just kept driving. But they do have some clues. We heard about those in the trial. Those seeds they found in his shoes will give them some clues as to where she was left. They talk about a swampy area in the trial. He addresses that in the letter. He says, I didn't leave her a swamp, I didn't leave her in a lake, kind of saying they don't have that right. So they're working on that, though, very actively in this homicide investigation, Brett. Yeah, and you spoke to Ariel, too, shortly, didn't you, after this? Absolutely, and she was surprised that the letter had gotten out. She was also surprised that it got out that she was marrying Sean. She says this has just been a stressful time for her. She thought maybe when the trial went away that things would slow down for her, that she would get out of the spotlight. But the thing is, this case isn't over. There's still a lot of emotion, a lot of heated feelings behind all this, because people still want to know where baby Kate is. In fact, yesterday we had an opportunity to speak with baby Kate's grandmother, and she reflected some of those feelings.
Well, we live with it all day, every day. We still live with it, you know, not knowing what happened to that little girl, or, you know, and just the idea that Ariel even knows anything and not saying something is it's hard to swallow.
Mother obviously raising some suspicions there, but just you know, an incredibly emotional case. It's you got a missing baby here, and we still do. Still a lot of things mentioned in that letter, but still no answer to the big question, where is baby Kate? Wow. Just an amazing story. Thank you so much, Leon. We appreciate you coming in. We'll be chatting with you here in about half an hour, too. A little more about this. But our coverage will continue on woodtv.com. You can read Sean Phillips' entire letter there, read quotes from Leon's interview with Ariel Cortland, and also look at a timeline of the case.
A building on Grand Rapids Southeast Side is rubble this morning after this massive fire. The flames broke out at Auto Exports near Cottage Grove and College around 8:30 last night. There were up to 15 cars and auto equipment inside, setting off many explosions. The last employee left that building just minutes before that fire was reported. No one was hurt. Firefighters are still trying to figure out how it started.
We just got off the phone with Consumers Energy, and they tell us a few hundred people are without power right now in Kent County off of the north end of Alpine up there. Right now, they don't know why that's going on there. They don't know why the power's out or when it's going to be back on, but they are working now to get it fixed.
1 week from today, the world's largest art competition will take over downtown Grand Rapids. Here on Daybreak, we're committed to getting you ready for Art Prize 2012. 24-Hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett is in the newsroom with a look at another change coming this year with the awards. Hi, Amanda.
Good morning, Emily. Lots of changes coming to Art Prize 2012. 1,571 pieces of art, all vying for a top prize. Now that's a lot of art, and we're talking about a big cash pot this year. $560,000 going to those top winning artists. This year, Art Prize has added more cash prizes to give some of the awards more meaning. There's a new $100,000 juried grand prize at stake this year, something seen at many of the world's major art competitions. Art Prize has also added 5 $20,000 juried awards in 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, urban space, as well as time, performance, and venue. Altogether, $200,000 will be decided in the professional juried awards, leaving more than $300,000 in the hands of the voting public to decide, creating a new tension in the competition.
The professionals are coming from a completely different angle than what perhaps someone with no formal background in contemporary art would have. The idea behind Art Prize, though, is that everyone has a voice.
And it'll be really interesting to see how those voices play out, the professional picks versus our picks. Now voting starts 1 week from today when Art Prize begins. Live in the newsroom, Amanda Jarrett, 24-Hour News 8.
The Tigers are heading into tonight's game against the White Sox, one game closer to catching them in the AL Central standings. The Tigers pulled off a 5-3 win last night in Chicago. That win reduced Chicago's AL Central lead to 2 games. They play again tonight in the Windy City.
As the Tigers push closer to first place, the voice of summer's coming to Grand Rapids. Today, Mitch Albom's play Ernie, about the life of legendary Tigers announcer Ernie Harwell, opens. The show at the Wealthy Theater is sold out, but you can still meet 9 former Tigers players before the show at the Amway Grand Hotel from 1 until 1:45.
6:10 right now, turning the country around one iPhone at a time.
Is it possible? Maybe. In 7 minutes, why Apple's newest gadget is expected to deliver a positive shock to our economy.
Checking in with Kevin now.
Driving conditions are good. Eastbounders, you want the sunglasses. 131 okay at Leonard. Caution coming up, construction. Southbound 131 ramp to westbound 196 once again will be closed from 9 to 3 today. For 24-Hour News 8, Kevin Richards, News Radio, Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM.
Watching out for you, this is Storm Team 8.
Good morning, West Michigan. 6:13 now. We are looking at today as a summer rerun. You know, we are kind of in the waning days of summer. Officially, we changed seasons a week from Saturday, so Saturday morning, September 22nd, we officially welcome in the season of fall. And well, today's going to feel like we're smack dab back in the middle of July. Sunny, warm, breezy, and relatively muggy day with highs back in the mid-80s. Tomorrow, though, a cool front comes in with showers developing. I think we're going to see the clouds start to roll in later tonight into the early part of the day tomorrow. Those rain showers hold back till tomorrow afternoon, so at least the early part of the day tomorrow will be dry. And then we'll dry things out Friday. This is actually going to be a huge shift in what our original thinking was in terms of the timeline for that rain moving through. Kind of looked like on those longer range computer models a couple of days ago that would be a storm system that kind of cut itself out from the main flow of the atmosphere and stayed stuck in the Great Lakes region. Instead now, it's a more progressive flow pattern, so it's going to be clearing out pretty quickly here. So the short term, looking at temperatures this morning in the 50s to low 60s. Storm Track Live radar really quiet for you this morning, and here is a look at the precipitation. Again, well back to our west from northwestern Wisconsin, the western part of Lake Superior, central Minnesota, down into Iowa and Nebraska, and again, that entire area pressing eastward. And again, it's not going to be one of those systems that lingers in the Great Lakes region. It's actually going to clear itself out pretty quickly. So today, southwesterly winds were dry from start to finish. A good deal of sunshine out there as well. Highs in the low to mid 80s in the inland areas. A little cooler right along the lakeshore. This evening and overnight tonight, we'll start to see a few high clouds roll in. By daybreak tomorrow, I think the clouds will start to thicken up with temperatures holding in the 60s. And then during the day tomorrow, the skies go from at least partly cloudy or filtered sunshine in the morning, more of that milkier sky color during the afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow in the upper 70s, and then the rest of that Storm Team 8-day forecast. Those showers clear out early Friday. So hey, for those of you heading to the football frenzy Friday night, looks like we've been able to move the rain out of that part of the forecast with partly cloudy conditions and temperatures in the upper 60s. 70 here on Saturday, mid 70s for Sunday and Monday. Cool with maybe some wet weather returning toward the middle of next week.
6:16 right now. In just a few hours, we're expecting to get a first look at Apple's new iPhone 5. Experts say the new gadget could be the biggest consumer electronics launch of all time. Sales are expected to be massive and could actually improve the economy by positively impacting the country's gross domestic product.
That's pretty amazing that one device could have that effect.
Now, why would they put our new balls out?
Coming up later today, there's going to be a NFL punt, pass, and kick event here at the Kroc Center. Coming up this morning, we're going to give you a live demonstration on how to do this. Ooh, maybe better than that.
Get ready, kids. It's time to show off your football skills for an NFL competition right here in West Michigan.
Today, there will be a punt, pass, and kick challenge at the Kroc Center.
Hey.
24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen is live at the Kroc Center this morning with the program director showing us what will happen at this event today. I'm curious, Tom.
You know what? It's a lot of fun. We've been having a little fun here in the gym already, Brett and Emily, but we are joined this morning with Bram Roberts, the program director here at the Kroc Center. And just for people that haven't done one of these before, tell us what they can expect today.
Sure. Well, it's a really simple event. Children who participate will come out. They'll have one opportunity to pass a ball, punt a ball, and kick a ball. And their total score will be added up, and we'll take our winners from those numbers.
And anyone can come?
Absolutely. We encourage people to sign up online. There's a link from our website at grkroccenter.org, but for those who cannot get online, we do take walk-ups as well.
And about how many kids, I know you guys did this last year, how many kids did you have last year do this?
Last year I think we had about 30 children in the end. This year we're hoping for a bit more than that, so we think we might be able to get 30 to 50 kids tonight.
And I mean, describe an event like this for kids. I mean, we say it's a competition, but
Sure.
It's all about the fun too.
Oh, absolutely. And with a partner like the NFL behind it, it's something exciting, something really important to be a part of. And so yeah, it's very simple. Kids can just come out and have a good time and say they participated in the NFL event.
Okay, we've got a football set up over here that you can show us kind of what we're supposed to do with the kick portion. We did a little punt earlier, so
absolutely.
You know, do you give the kids instructions on how to do it?
Yes, every child will get to pass the ball once, punt the ball once, and kick the ball once. And it is as far as you can go and as accurate as you can go. So we'll do all three in a row. The kids will first start off with passing the ball, and then we'll bring the ball back, retrieve it, and then they'll kick the ball, throw the ball back, and then they'll punt it.
Okay, let's see. We'll try to give this kick a try here and see if it's any better than my punt. Well, we did all right. Well, today you can come out here again. The event will get started here at the Kroc Center tonight. Register or don't, just come on, show up, and have a great time. Reporting live in Grand Rapids, Tom Hillen, 24-hour News 8.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Thank you, Tom. Do not quit your day job.
6:22 right now. You'll want to spend some time soaking up the heat in the sun today.
There's a lot of pressure. Kicking a ball
Live
on
TV,
television. I'm telling you
YouTube
what,
sensation.
that is one brave reporter to do that. We're in for maybe the last day of an 80-degree temperature out there, so stick around. Terry will tell you what the rest of the week has to hold for us. We'll be right back.
Watching out for you, this is Storm Team 8.
And good morning, West Michigan. Here in the 24-hour tracking center, we are really looking at what is going to feel like a summer rerun to us. Storm Track Live radar showing you no precip in the immediate area. In fact, the closest rain is about 400 miles away, back to our northwestern Wisconsin, back into Minnesota and Iowa. So again, this area of moisture is going to take at least 24 to maybe almost 30 hours to start rolling into portions of West Michigan. You can see here temperatures this morning with clear to partly cloudy skies, upper 50s to low 60s at all of our automated weather stations. This is a network we've established to give you the most accurate look at weather conditions you'll face in your community. From 58 degrees in Big Rapids and Fremont this morning, Holland's at 58, 62 on the campus of Grand Valley State University in Allendale, 62 Heritage Hill here in downtown Grand Rapids, 62 in downtown Kalamazoo, and 56 this morning in the cereal city of Battle Creek. So let's check it out for you this morning. We are looking at temperatures that will rebound very quickly. In fact, up into the mid-70s by noon, mid-80s for highs today. So yeah, with breezy, warm, muggy conditions around, going to feel like summer all over again. Conditions overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning will actually continue to stay quite choppy. So we do have that small craft advisory on the open waters of Lake Michigan with waves building 4 to 6 feet. Your 8-day forecast, again, here are some big changes that we have analyzed in those computer models as they've cleared the tracking center this morning. The rain late tomorrow into early Friday. At this point, it looks like that precipitation clears out in time for the football frenzy and actually for a dry and really pleasant weekend. High temps near 70 on Saturday, low to mid-70s for Sunday and Monday. A few scattered rain showers will likely move back in with highs in the 60s toward the middle of next week. Day breaks back right after this. Don't go away.